What's up, guys? This is my first top 10 that I have done where I actually use my voice instead of text and subtitles. So I hope you guys like it. Be sure to share your opinions and your thoughts on it. And if you have any disagreements, be sure to let me know. But just be sure not to offend anyone. Anyways, I put a lot of time into this, so I hope you guys enjoyed. Let's begin. Number 10. N-Level. With N-Level being a well-known creator and player, no one ever thought he would end up where he has today. He has progressed quickly and made some pretty quick jumps from level to level. He re-verified Allegiance and beat Thanatos and Occupant Hell twice, which gave him the wave skill to pass Sonic Wave. Some of his other achievements are Bloodbath, Wash of Vortex, the Ultimate Phase, Hatred, Secret Locks, and many more. Being able to do this, as well as create levels within only a couple of months, is impressive. Number 9. Trusta. A few people may not suspect Trusta to be in the top 10, although he verified Yatagarasu, putting it as number 3 on the hardest demons list, below Erebus and Sonic Wave. He actually adapts to levels very quickly and has a high consistency rate with tough timing-based demons, such as Black Blizzard and High, which he even says himself are his favorite types of demons. He isn't as active as players like Sunnix and Wishy, who play GD almost every day, yet he has still made impressive achievements such as Thanatos, Yatagarasu, Black Blizzard, Bloodbath, the Hell Factory, Quest for Perfection, and more. Number 8. Combined. Combined is a very well-known player nowadays. He has verified many famous levels such as Artificial Ascent, Hypersonic, Subsonic, and many more. However, a lot of people may not know how Combined became one of the best players. It all started after Trusta verified Occupant Hell. He said that the first person to beat it after he verified would get a shoutout, and that person turned out to be Combined, who was extremely unknown at the time. When Trusta shouted him out, he referred to him as one of the best players, and people actually believed him. A while later, after Sunnix quit Artificial Ascent, Combined was asked to verify, and he beat it almost instantly. Ever since then, Combined has been one of the best players in all of GD. He will also be verifying Digital Descent, which is the official sequel to Artificial Ascent, which may be one of the hardest levels that we've ever seen. Number 7. Sir Gillister. Sir Gillister has been playing GD for a long time. Being one of the best 60Hz player in the world, he decided to upgrade to 144Hz. After doing this, he took off and beat Bloodbath within a few days, and beat many other extreme demons. He has 80% on After Catabath, which is Cataclysm, Bloodbath, and Aftermath all in one level. He also beat Super X version of Silent Club. He was the first person to beat Black Blizzard and Duelo Maestro after they were verified. However, with Black Blizzard, he had an advantage because he was practiced on a leaked copy. That way, as soon as Crazy verified it, he could start playing from the start instantly. Upgrading to 144Hz definitely has had a major effect on Sir Gillister's skill, and he is now one of the best players. Number 6. Acorn. Acorn started off as a fairly unknown player that was making good progress on Sonic Wave, back when no one had beaten it. He came extremely close than anyone ever had to beat in it, and he was making incredible progress, but then he ended up quitting GD. In the period of time he was gone, Sunnix verified the level and a couple of other people had beaten it as well. Eventually he came back and decided to finish Sonic Wave. The first time he beat it, his game did not record, so he re-beat it within the same day. Ever since then, his skill has grown massively, and it continues to grow as he has re-beaten it up to 10 times this point. He also has many other achievements such as Wash of Vortex, Bloodbath, Thanatos, Artificial Ideology, and many more. Number 5. KevTom. KevTom is probably one of the most unknown players in this list, at least he was. He became noticed by becoming the third person to beat Erebus, right beside Wishy, who was the second. The thing about KevTom is that he is the only player who has beaten the top 3 hardest demons in all of Geometry Dash: Yatagarasu, Sonic Wave, and Erebus. Not even Sunnix or Wishy, or anybody else in fact, have managed to do this, with Wishy who still hasn't beaten Sonic Wave, and with Sunnix who still hasn't beaten Erebus. This is extremely impressive, and no one really knows where he got the skill from, but I think we can all assume that KevTom is one of the most skilled players because he is able to pull this off. Number 4. Novelboy. Novelboy wasn't always considered one of the top players. However, he has had a massive boost in his skill lately, which all came from his Bloodlust practicing. Back when he verified Artificial Ideology, he was very inconsistent with it, and it ended up being easier than Bloodbath, which a few people were disappointed about that. Many say that if Riot had verified it, it would have been a lot harder. However, from the amount of attempts he has spent on Bloodlust, he currently has 98% on it, and has barely made any nerfs at all. The level is harder than Sonic Wave and Erebus, and will for sure go up as number 1 once it gets verified. Number 3. NoteToFly. NoteToFly holds the number 1 spot in the GD leaderboards, and yet has still managed to beat Sonic Wave and many other Extreme Demons. He beats all of these with a very low number of attempts as well. But to be honest, it's pretty insane that someone is actually able to keep up with beating Extreme Demons and Star Grinding at the same time. He even has a spot in the top 10 on the GD Demons list stats viewer. To be able to keep up with both of these requires much effort, skill, and massive dedication. Number 2. Sunnix. Sunnix is one of the most well-known players of late 2.0 and 2.1. Ever since he became the first to beat Sonic Wave, he has taken off. He beats Extreme Demons faster than you can imagine, but recently he has been challenging himself to some very extreme demons, such as Old Yatagrasu, Sonic Wave Infinity, and Apocalyptic Trilogy, which he will need to work on soon. He has already made some good progress in all of those, and he will probably finish all of them soon. However, the impressive thing about Sunnix is how quickly his muscle memory adapts to levels. It took him around 2 streams to beat Double Vortex, and basically almost every other Extreme Demon he has beaten as well. He has beaten Sonic Wave 9 times, and I also don't ever see Sunnix falling away from the top 10 unless he ends up quitting. Personally, I have known Sunnix actually for a very long time, before I had even beaten Clubstep, and before he was working on Cataclysm. At the time, I could have never thought that he would end up being the verifier of Sonic Wave. And finally, number 1, we have Wishy. Just a couple months ago, Wishy was barely heard of. However, he started practicing Extreme Demons and managed to beat almost every Extreme Demon in the top 10 besides Sonic Wave. You may think it wouldn't make sense for someone who still hasn't beaten Sonic Wave to be the best player, but keep in mind that he has managed to beat Washa Vortex in under 2,000 attempts. Back in 1.9, when Riot was still working on Bloodbath, people would think that it would be absolutely insane for somebody to be able to beat a level harder than Bloodbath in less than 2,000 attempts. But what truly is insane is how he managed to beat Blade of Justice in around 2,000 attempts as well. Although it was nerfed, he still managed to do it within a few hours after it was verified. However, Wishy has many more accomplishments than just this. He is at the top of the Demons List stats viewers list, which truly proves how good he really is, and how many Extreme Demons he has beaten, and with the amount of attempts that it takes him. To have this type of persistency with a stressful game like this is pretty incredible, and it really shows what you can do and how good you can get when you try your hardest. Anyways guys, that's it for today's top 10. This is probably the most work I've ever put into a top 10 before, so let me know what you thought of it, and be sure to share your opinions in the comments as well. Don't forget to leave a like and subscribe to my channel, it would be greatly appreciated. Anyways, hope you guys enjoyed. See you guys next time.